Hey guys, who doesn't enjoy a little syrup on their pancakes? But have you ever stopped to wonder where in the world does this stuff come from? Well, if that's the case, you're going to want to stick around, because that's exactly what we're going to cover next on this week's bonus session of Manly Moments. Well, if I'm honest, even though I love syrup, I don't know the first thing about how it's made. Fortunately, I know someone who does. It's my good friend and maple syrup sapsucker, Brock Sizlove. How's it going, Brock?
It's good. How are you doing, Robbie?
Great. Thanks for having me out here at Quaker Haven Camp in Syracuse, Indiana, home of the world-famous Quaker Gold. Tell us a little bit about how you got started in the syrup business.
Yeah, so about 15 years ago, we saw some maple trees in our woods, and so we tapped about 50 trees, a little bit less than that. And then over the years, we keep finding those maple trees, and so we're at about 195 trees now.
Wow. So is that considered like a big operation, or are you guys small potatoes?
Real small, real small. There are some big companies that just tap thousands upon thousands of trees. So about 200 is real small.
Well, regardless, you know a lot more about this than I do. So it's my hope today you'd be willing to share a little bit about how the process works. Are you willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
All right, so first things first that you want to do is you need to find your maple tree. Now on our trail we have all of our maple trees marked with this orange little dot, and that's so as we are going along to tap them, we know which ones to tap. So what you do is you find your tree, and then what you'll do is you'll find a bit that's about a ½ inch wide, and you will drill in about 2 to 3 inches, and then you put this little tap in here. And what this tap does is it goes in about 1 inch or so, and what it is doing is as the sap goes down when it freezes, or as it comes up when it warms up, it will capture the sap, and then in this little tube it'll go right into the bucket and it will collect this sap. The reason that we tap the trees and we collect sap during February and March is because that is when the perfect weather is happening. So each tree is different, so depending on the size and how much sap is in it, how alive the tree is, that determines what kind of sap you're going to collect. And so what you do is you take this, you take it to your partner that's over on the gator. He dumps it into this barrel. This will hold just over 250 gallons. We sometimes exceed that. We have some 50-gallon drums that we will pour it into as well. But in a typical day, we will collect about 250 gallons. And when we're doing this, you want to collect it as fast as possible. You can see I flipped this upside down, and the reason that I did that is because during this time, it's still collecting that sap. Just because there's not a bucket here doesn't mean the sap isn't running. And so you can even see, you probably can't get it on camera, but there is sap inside of here right now that it was collecting while I was taking the bucket over. So you can keep it like that, flip it upside down, and it's starting to get back into the bucket again. So you just do that on every tree. Do it over and over. So as you saw out in the woods, all of that sap is clear. That's because of that water, only 5% of that is syrup. As for every 20 gallons of sap, we'll have about 1 gallon of syrup. So from that 250-gallon drum, what we do next is we pump that into these 50-gallon drums. And the reason that we pump them into that is because they're much easier to manage than the other one. So what happens is this is a steam kettle. This steam kettle can hold about 40 gallons of sap at a time. And so we have a little pump set up here that goes through a filter system. You can see that's coming out of here, and it pumps into that filtration system. And what will happen is this will come up, and once it hits that button, the pump will turn off. And that button is at the 40-gallon mark. It will take about 48 hours to boil down about 250 gallons of sap to make it into the syrup. But what you get, once you get all that boiled down, is you get this delicious maple syrup. Water boils at 212 degrees, sap boils at 219 degrees. So once we move it from here into a big pot, we keep a thermometer on it, and once that hits that 219 degrees, we know that it is syrup and it's ready to be served.
Wow, that's a lot of work just to get 1 bottle of syrup. No wonder this stuff costs so much.
Well, it's totally worth it. Totally worth it.
I guess the only thing left to do is to taste it.
No. If you taste it, you're liable to drink the entire thing. But I have a better idea. Why don't we give a bottle away?
Wow, great idea. If you'd like a chance to win a free bottle of the good stuff, all you gotta do is leave a comment below that says, I love syrup or Robbie's awesome. And we'll enter your name into a drawing. Next week, we'll pick one lucky winner to win a free bottle of Quaker Gold. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe by clicking the subscribe box. We'll give you 2 entries. And in the meantime, go ahead and check out some of our other videos, and we will see you next time for another installment of Manly Moments.